It's interesting, Virat said this, and I'm going to read out what Virat said. He said, even if you think of revenge, these guys are so nice that you cannot get into that zone. As I said, they're probably one side that has set the examples for teams on how to play international cricket. They obviously want to bring out the best they can. They're intense in their body language, but they're not nasty and they don't do things that are not acceptable on the field. Is that something that's laid down in New Zealand cricket culture? Because I've been watching New Zealand for years. It wasn't always like that in New Zealand cricket. Is that almost something that you lay down? This is how we will play our cricket.
Look, there aren't rules. There aren't. You don't get slaps on them. We're a very competitive team, and I think you have to be to play international cricket. But how we go about what we do is what's really important to us, because I think always trying to understand, and it's not always that easy, that there is more to life, and it is difficult because you do get caught up in what we do, and we love it. It's a passion of ours, and we want to be playing really good cricket collectively and want to make sure we're always tracking, and sometimes you do need to take that step back and make sure that our behaviours are still on what we expect of ourselves, basically, and how that looks and how that's perceived is kind of after that, but making sure that our behaviours are somewhat consistent is quite important to us as a team. Yeah.
I mean, two incidents stand out. Both of them are probably during Brendon McCullum's time as captain, but you inherited that, and you're that kind of captain. One was, of course, a reaction to playing in charge after the Phil Hughes incident, and the way New Zealand did that and not appealing that day and continued to play.
You mentioned Brendon. He was hugely instrumental in obviously leading the side in such a big way, grabbing the side really by the scruff of the neck when it was required, and we had a very talented team at that time, and got us all moving in the same direction.
You've got this image around the cricket world of being this very nice guy, always in control of his emotions, and New Zealand are pretty much like you are. New Zealand's image is of strong, silent, hard-working players who make the most of everything. How difficult is it then to come hard on teammates? Because you've got to at times, isn't it? Do you that kind of captain, come hard at teammates? Because you're the good boy team.
Well, look, it's not a tag that we aspire to be. I mean, we want to play the game that suits us, be true to the sort of people that we are, and that's no pressure on anyone coming into the side to conform, because we're 11 individuals and all different and all. But we try to make sure that we're moving towards the common goal, and yes, winning cricket games is what everybody wants to do, but all the work that goes before it is much more of the focus. So trying to take some emotion out of it. How are we tracking? Are we executing what it is that we're setting out to do? Are a lot of the things that we tried to take into the World Cup, from the get-go with the format, and it being the nature of one-day cricket. It was like, right, guys, we're not going. There's every chance we won't win every game here, but we don't have to. What we need to try and do is improve from our first game to our last, and we'll be in a good position.